Hey, today I wanted to talk about a little bit about how I'm doing now with the whole emotional healing crisis of my mother, the mother saga. Um, it's been 5 years this month, March, since she's been gone. And it's tough now in the way that she died the way she did. It's not so much of me now. I've moved on. You got to find a way to forgive. Not necessarily, it doesn't mean that you forget everything that happened, but you cannot live with hate in your heart, hate in your soul. You can't do that. It doesn't, and when I say forgive, it doesn't mean that I've forgiven. It still doesn't make it right what she did, because that was wrong. That was very wrong. I don't care who you are and what has happened to you. You can change your destiny. And I call bullshit on anybody who says that you can't. Just saying. 2 years when she passed, I came off all the medication, all the drugs. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a very crazy time in my life. When you come off of some narcotics, and I was also on ADD medication, thyroid, antidepressants, everything. I actually wrote down everything throughout my life that I've been on, and I was just like, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a whole nother YouTube video. But 2 years after she passed away, and not really accepting anything and pushing it. That was crazy. Came off the drugs, cold turkey, quit everything. The third year, I ended up having the pressure in the brain, coming off all them drugs and having the pressure in the brain, going back on some drugs. That raised a lot of panic attacks and anxiety and everything, because I didn't want that. I was scared of getting hooked again, or having that feeling of things being blocked and numbed. So the whole time, and everything's a mind game. It was just crazy. But because I built up such a resistance to the antibiotics, the pain medication, they had to keep upping dosage of pain medication, that one night my heart stopped. And that was because of the pain medication. They had to put me on such high dosages. That was scary, crazy. They had me on both morphine and Dilaudid. I was on a morphine pump, and they would give me shots of Dilaudid. And I don't know, those of you that don't know anything really about pain medication, them are two pretty extreme, holy cow, pain medications. So they had me on that. When I came off of that, during this time, also, what everybody needs to know about pain medications is, when you come off of it, when you're on it for prolonged amounts of time, you lose memory. And it could be memories of anything and everything. Whenever I have the brain pressure, and whenever it would happen, I would, every time I would get the brain pressure, I would lose that week. I would lose that month of not knowing what was going on. And that sucked more than anybody can ever know. Ever. At all. And I know I was hard to live with, because I wouldn't remember things. And, it'd be like, Mom, I told you this. And so it got to the point where I would start writing everything down. And I don't know if anybody remembers 50 First Dates, or if they ever seen the movie. I wasn't that bad, but that's the best way I can relate. Not everybody had to restart over every day. It just wasn't like that. It took me a time. Now, over time, I've created tools for myself, like jotting down whenever I have the pressure. I automatically know, okay, important events happen in my life. I need to write it down. If my son tells me something, I got to write it down. If Eddie tells me something, I got to write it down. Even the little things. I didn't want to lose anything. So the third year, yeah, that was crazy. All the brain things going on. Fourth year, when finally it was starting to get under control with the fluid and everything, and the pain medication, I didn't have to take anything. And once again, I came off of pain medication withdrawals it was crazy. Get off the pain medication, go back on it because I had no choice, and then have to get back off of it again. Lose a whole year of my life because I can't remember anything. And to this day, if I do have, it's rare, it's very rare now, but if I do have pressure in the brain, I lose memory. I lose memory of anything that happens. Anything that happens. Now, I'm not talking about I will remember where my daughter goes to school. I will remember that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about the little things. The little everyday, little new things that come in. Them things will not, it's the short term. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the fourth year, I guess is when I was really forced to, I was clear for once of toxicities from being numbed and blocked. So I really, there was so many demons and things that were just brought to me. My mom died. Did my dad just throw down a Ziploc bag with my mom's ashes and I did nothing about it? Everything like that was coming up to me to the point of, my dad still comes over and he beat my mom every night. When did I it was stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever had to deal or face everything. Not every trial and tribulation in their life. And it's almost like you were set on, you're there and here's everything. Here it is. One by one, it's like being there. Boom, boom. Okay, I accept you. Thank you for presenting itself. I had a lady tell me, because it was starting to get so overwhelming, I was getting depressed again, and I was freaking out. And she was like, Karen, there's a reason everything's coming up to you. You need to, one thing, I was in denial over everything. She says, so you need to recognize it. You need to either accept it or learn from it. And then cut the cord and let it go. She said, and I have to do this with every single thing that is coming before me. It was like a trial with everything in my life. This would come up. What did I learn from it? Instead of pushing it, oh my gosh, what is this happening to me again? Push it, no, go. I couldn't run from it anymore. It was there. I had to face it. That, besides quitting the drugs, that was intense. That was really intense. And that was during a time that I did a green juice fast. I stay away from it. I know a lot of people talk about how green juice is not as detoxifying as everything else, but I'm here to tell you that green juice whips my ass. And it scares me to the point where every time I'm on it, or I do a fast or a feast, because you're not really fasting, you're still getting everything that you need. Everything's there. Every single thing is there. Even things that I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I took care of this. I thought I took care of this. Did I take care of this? Yeah. It's intense. It is very intense. So I had to deal with a lot of that during that process. you detox, just getting rid of the emotions, you detox a lot. I ended up losing teeth. My hair would fall out. Infection was coming up through my fingernails. Infection was coming up through my toenails. And it was pretty serious to the point where any other time I would have went to the hospital, because staff was a very major thing in my life for all my life because of the hidradenitis. My finger would swell up pretty big. I would do the lancing of it to get everything out and then wrap it up. I'd keep it clean. I was used to doing that because I had to do it with the hidradenitis. But I would do that. But the teeth falling out, the major teeth pain, the hair falling out, the infection coming out of my fingernails, that was freaky because I wasn't expecting that. And out of my toes, that was really freaky. And that was just coming off of all that with my mom and all the emotional stuff and scarring and blockage in my life growing up. I am already past 10 minutes, so I'm going to shut this one off and I will catch you all with the next one. I like to keep these short. I don't want them too long. But, yeah, I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.